This morning at a Denver International Airport, we have the big burst of snow that was a dud this morning, but strong winds still a really big concern out there. It's causing problems on the roads and at the airport as well. Right now, we know that there are 27 delays and 14 cancellations.
Senior meteorologist Chris Bianchi is joining us right now. It's caused problems out on the eastern plains to the south and the I-70 corridor.
And just 6 minutes ago, Lyman recorded a 61-mile-an-hour wind gust there in Lyman. We're going to go to Lyman in just a minute with my colleague meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, who's out there in the middle of that wind. But boy, has it been whipping overnight. Now, in the metro area, we are in a bit of a lull in that wind right now. However, that wind will likely pick back up again as we head through the morning hours. Snow, heaviest for us here in the far eastern plains. Still seeing some light to occasionally moderate snow, kind of the southern Jeffco foothills on east to about Castle Rock. But the main event still out here in Yuma County down through Kit Carson, Cheyenne counties. That's where you're seeing the steadiest snow right on that Kansas state line. By the way, the area low pressure is a very strong one, centered right around here, right around Goodland, Kansas, around that I-70 marker. And that is what's whipping up that snow, that rain, and also really active look to weather across the country on this Tuesday. Otherwise, that snow, I mentioned that will pull on out of here as we head over the next few hours. That snow will be mainly concentrated here in the mountains with an additional maybe 1 to 4 inches of snow for us here in the higher elevations as we head through the rest of the morning. Overall headlines, windy with that snow ending. Our next big change, though, arrives on Thursday and Friday. I'll have details on that for you in the next few minutes. But I mentioned how Corey Reppenhagen in Lyman, and that's where we just saw a 61-mile-an-hour wind gust about 7 minutes ago. Corey, did you notice it, A, and B, what's the wind like overall there?
Oh, yeah, we noticed that gust. There's been a few times where we've measured 40, 45 mile per hour gusts, and that one, we've hit 60 a couple of times here through the morning. We have a sustained wind that's pretty persistent directly out of the north at about 20 miles per hour. So the wind is still a pretty big factor. I'm down here on the south side of Lyman here at the road closure. This is Highway 24. There is some issues up on the Palmer Divide, but I'll talk about that in a second, because when you look around, you can really see that we've had some issues with some temperature, because we've got some snow squalls through here, but it's all been kind of melting, and it's kind of similar to a hurricane. If you look up at the clouds, you can kind of see those low clouds moving very quickly from the north to the south. Now that is exactly what it looks like in a tropical storm when the low pressure system goes by. So we got the wind, but it's oddly enough, the temperatures are a little bit too close to tropical storm. And I'm going to toss it over to Brianna Fernandez right now, because we just talked to a CDOT worker here who went down Highway 24 here to scout out the conditions. He says it's just horrible. They have huge snow drifts across the entire road once you get to about Simla, and that's why this road is going to remain closed for a good amount of time before this wind dies down from Lyman all the way to Colorado Springs. Brianna?
Yeah, Corey, we've been mentioning that closure all morning, and you can really hear that wind in your microphone just whipping through that area. And that's what we're seeing from our CDOT cameras. We are seeing some shaky cameras right now along I-70 in Lyman, where Corey Reppenhagen is. Right now, I-70 in the mountains, we're seeing some slick snow-packed road conditions as well. We do have 2 CDOT cameras to show you a very different story than what we're seeing here in the Denver metro area. So I-225 in Yosemite, and then I-25 for those right near 58th Avenue. You can see it is dry, a completely different story than what we're tracking in the mountains as well as the eastern plains. So I do want to switch things over to our main maps real quick. Talk about the road closures that you should know about, especially if you're heading to the mountains this morning. Loveland Pass between I-70 and Montezuma Road. That area is closed. According to crews, it's because of the snow blowing in that area. Road conditions, not the best. Now let's talk about this road closure. This is where Corey Reppenhagen was at, Highway 24 at I-70. So he's right here in Lyman. This area, both directions. So if you're heading to the Springs or coming from the Springs to I-70 to Lyman, you won't be able to because both directions shut down at the moment. Now we have Highway 86. This is just east of Elizabeth to I-70. Also closed because road conditions are not the best. We actually have our Lauren Scafidi. She is out on the roads right now. Lauren, you were just at Highway 86. You're making your way to Bennett. What are road conditions looking like out there for you?
Yeah, right now, really no issues. It's definitely windy out here, but you can see there's no snow on the ground. We're not seeing anything, and snow hasn't really been an issue at all during our drive today. We did see a little bit on the side of the road, but nothing impacting the road, nothing impacting your driving. So you're looking at Kiowa Bennett Road right now, and we wanted to show you conditions here because this is your workaround. This is what you're going to have to take because because CDOT says Highway 86 east of Elizabeth is closed in both directions because of safety concerns. We showed you that closure actually in our last live shot at 6:30. So it's closed from Kiowa to I-70. That stretch is usually a 50-minute drive, 50 miles. Your best workaround, again, if you normally take Highway 86 between Kiowa and I-70, is heading up to the Bennett-Strasburg area, which is where we're heading now. We're about 15 minutes from Bennett right now, actually, and that workaround is going to change your commute this morning. That workaround is going to take you an hour and 10 minutes, 75 miles. Again, that's compared to 50 miles, 50 minutes. So just something to keep in mind. If Highway 86 is a part of your morning commute today, it is closed in both directions. Live in Arapahoe County, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
All right, Lauren, thank you. And with the winds top of our minds, it's causing thousands of customers already to experience power outages. This is a live look at the XL outage map on their website, where there are a total of 64 outages right now that we're seeing. And if you do experience an outage later today, you're asked to call XL at the number on your screen. It is 800-895-4999. You can follow us throughout the morning as our team continues to track the latest conditions on this weather. We're going to have extended coverage for you on 9 News Plus as well. Download on your TV, watch for free. Right now, we're also following some breaking news in Denver. Crews are on the scene of a house fire at Yosemite and Oxford. This is just off of 225.
9 News reporter Courtney Yoon joins us live from there. Courtney, you got there early this morning. It sounds like crews are starting to wrap up their work there.
Yes, that's right. Good morning, Corey and Jordan. Most of the crews probably left within 30-45 minutes ago, but we still have Denver Fire here on scene. I'm with Captain Luis Cedillo this morning. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about what happened here at this fire. You guys are investigating a cause right now.
So approximately about 3:30 this morning, Denver Fire responded to a structure fire here at this location. Crews arrived on scene with heavy fire, and the fire was quickly upgraded to a second alarm due to the number of units that were involved in the fire. Crews also worked hard to minimize the extension to other buildings, and at the moment the fire is out. It's under control. We do have 17 people that have been displaced. Red Cross is on scene, and they're going to assist in helping them out at this time. The cause at the moment is a space heater that initiated the initial fire.
Got it. Yeah, and those can be really dangerous in the wintertime. We know that people are using them to stay warm. Any advice or tips around the space heaters?
Well, at the moment is, always turn them off if you're not using them, and try to keep it at a minimum of 3 feet distance around them, because with all the materials that they're so flammable that it doesn't take a whole lot for something to actually ignite and actually get your home in a fire.
Right, and luckily there were no injuries in this fire. You guys got here quick, and you really knocked down the flames fast.
Well, there was a lot of fire, but luckily that to the credit to our firefighters, we do have a firehouse that's half a mile away or a quarter of a mile away, so they were able to get here quickly, and our crews were able to quickly assess how much fire, and then also make a quick decision to upgrade this to a second alarm, which it provides additional resources for people to work and expand and attack the fire from multiple angles.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here this morning, Captain, for speaking with us. We appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Yes, and so as you heard, they're still investigating the cause of the fire, but right now they believe the cause of it was a space heater, so be careful with those. Again, 17 people displaced. Red Cross is here on scene helping those people out. Live in Denver, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've seen quite a few fires caused by space heaters, and it looks like the cleanup is underway. Now that is what the people who live in those units are going to have to deal with.
Yeah, I know. And again, kudos to the fire crews because they got there so quickly, and I'm glad everyone's okay. Courtney, thank you. Right now, we're trying to learn more about a police investigation in a neighborhood in Littleton. Police say they're looking into an incident that involved gunshots. Littleton police say this happened yesterday off of South Bannock Street near Broadway. Police say they got a call about gunshots being fired just before 6 p.m. yesterday. When officers got there, they say they discovered a large disturbance had happened. Someone did fire a gun. No one was hit, but officers say one person did go to the hospital because they were hurt in the disturbance. Littleton police say they haven't arrested anyone yet. Police haven't told us exactly what they think the disturbance was or what happened leading up to shots being fired. We're trying to get answers for you right now. We'll let you know as soon as we learn more.
Denver Mayor Mike Johnston will be in Washington, D.C. tomorrow to testify on Capitol Hill. He will be one of several mayors to discuss their cities being sanctuary cities. The House Oversight Committee says it is launching an investigation into sanctuary city policies and the impact on public safety. Mayor Johnston was not subpoenaed but accepted the invitation to speak.
Taking a live look outside right now at our nation's capital this morning. In a little more than 13 hours, President Trump will deliver a joint address to Congress. You can watch NBC's news special coverage of the address on Channel 9 starting at 7 p.m. Our Kyle Clark is in D.C. right now. He will recap the president's address after NBC's coverage tonight at 9 and 10.